I hope you're all amazing. On today's video, I've got the Boss GS-1 guitar synthesizer in my hands, and really it's a guitar plus a synthesizer engine built into it. This is a lovely Japanese-made instrument. We've got an older body, maple neck, rosewood fretboard. You've got a Godot 2-point bridge on here and locking machine heads, as you can see on the back there. The neck has a lovely matte finish and the fingerboard has a 12 to 16-inch compound radius. You've got two humbuckers in here wired up with a 5-way switch, and then you've got a guitar or master volume, a tone control, and then two synthesizer specific controls on the instrument. This one down here selects between 6 different presets, and this is essentially like a function knob that you can assign on the back. You can see there's a lot going on there, but you do have Bluetooth on here. You've got the ability to run this off batteries if you want. I'm actually running it off a little power supply down here, and then you can just use the blend output, or you can send a separate guitar and synth output. The actual guitar itself is pretty nice. It plays really, really well, super smooth. The fretwork is great. There's no blemishes or anything. And through my main FM9 Live preset, absolutely screams. And the in-between positions, like if you go to position 2 or position 4, whichever one you call that one click back from the bridge, it does the 80s clean thing. In between there, I'll let you hear the 5 pickups with like a light edge of breakup sound. We'll start on the neck humbucker and then just go through the 5 positions. The magic, though, is that you can simply flick a switch down here and access the built-in synth engine. You don't need a special pickup. You don't need to change the way you play. You just kind of hack away and you get cool sounds. I'll let you hear that last sound with some chorus, some pitch detune, and some reverb from my Axe effects. This is pretty wild. I'll play Heaven Above. GS-1 has Bluetooth connectivity, and there is an accompanying app that you can use. Hopefully the screen capture works and I can show you what's going on the screen over here. You can see for preset number 1, I can set the type, the variation, and then I've got 5 main parameters. I can also tweak the control function on here. So let's do this. Let's go, say, to lead sounds. The default is a saw lead. You can see I've got tone, resonance, depth, synth level, and direct level, so I can blend in my direct level. Let's just hear this straight up. You can see that as I twisted what I'm calling the function knob on here, some parameters changed in real time. So you can assign those to the guitar and basically just set up your main sounds that you need. The thing that I like about this is that you go and gig this guitar and you don't have to take an extra piece of hardware with you. You can just run an extra cable, run it to the processing you're going to use, or just run it straight to the desk, and you've got your synthesizer sound on there. I'm actually running this with 2 cables at the moment, so the synth and the guitar are independent. We'll hear some blended tones in a second, but you've got the type and the variation, so you have this massive list of presets in here that you can tweak. Like I might try, let's try ring mod lead. Hopefully this is nice and super weird. The bass sounds in here are particularly fun. I'll run you through a few of my favorites, starting with filter bass number 1. I think the real strength with this, once you get past the initial how cool is this phase, is blending it with your main guitar tone. So I'll give you a lead tone, and then using a volume pedal, I'm just going to bring in some of this saw lead. Check it out. blending in some filtered bass for kind of drop D dirty riffs is pretty fun as well. I really like that Rockman style clean and then blending in, say, this orchestral pad. It's just instant Whitesnake style 80s stuff. That's a bit of a vibe right there. Overall, this is a pretty curious instrument. I think it really shines when you're using the traditional guitar sounds with the synth engine blended in there. If you looked at this from the perspective of it being a synth first and a guitar second, it is lacking a lot of things, and a lot of people have pointed out that it doesn't have, say, MIDI or even pitch to MIDI on there. It's kind of designed for guitar players in mind, and Boss do have an entire range of synth pedals, the SY1, the SY200, the SY1000. I've tried them all. You can watch the videos here. And that lets you take your existing guitar or guitars and add a whole set of sounds to them. This is a guitar first. It's a really lovely guitar. I would happily gig just the guitar aspect of this. It is priced at a premium. It's reflected in the way it plays and the way it sounds and the fact that there's really nothing else which does this. But I think looking at what it doesn't do on the synth end kind of misses the point with this. If you're looking for a fully featured hardware synthesizer, you're probably just going to do what I did and go and buy something. I bought a Hydra synth, and not a great keyboard player, but it is amazing fun, and it makes so much sense to learn the basics of synthesis on a hardware instrument. But this is a guitar with some cool sounds in it, which a lot of guitar players are going to want. I'm very curious to see if this will trickle down. This almost kind of feels like a moonshot instrument, like Boss did with those original Wazza amps, which were priced at a premium. But out of that, you got the Katanas, which are probably the best-selling amp out of the last, 10 years or something like that. They're fantastic. I'm very excited to see if Boss do a budget-friendly version of this with the synth engine. Even if it's just kind of taking an SY1 style thing or an SY200 style thing and putting it into a guitar with a much more basic feature set. Obviously, not building it in Japan, I'm sure, would bring the price tag down, but it's a really lovely guitar. There's some fun sounds. It's not going to be for everybody, but I think that is the point. This is very much a one-of-a-kind instrument, and at the end of the day, it is very Boss. You take it out of the box, and it just works. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to support what I do here on my channel, check the video description for a bunch of links which you can use to do just that. And aside from that, I'm going to play you all out with some Midnight. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.